Why? Wish it'd start in the same flipping thing anyway. Oh, might have success. Only took 2 attempts. I'm back. I started streaming at 2 o'clock. I haven't played anything yet. I was undecided in Farming Simulator what map I wanted to play. I decided to play Stevie's new map, even though it's been updated, and I swore blind if he did that I wouldn't play his map again. I went in there and I had frame issues. It kept dropping into the red down to 0. Now, he does warn people that you really need a good computer to play his map. However, I've played his map in the past, and I've got a bloody good computer. I know, I built it, so. I was putting it down to the update. He's done something in the update, and it's not going to work no more, and I need to, oh, blah. So I went and tried another map in Farming Simulator. No, same issues. If you have a look at the top right hand corner of this here, where I'm waving the little mouse around, you'll see I'm on 144 frames per second. It's a splash start screen. I expect to see that. This isn't working on anything. Well, that's what I can get up to. No bother whatsoever. But for some reason, I can't even hit 60 frames per second in Farming Simulator, and I usually average that. It never worries me dropping down to 40 or whatever, but 0, 3, you can't play. And it didn't matter what map in Farming Simulator I chose, that was my frame rate. Be alright for a couple of seconds, then it would drop to like nothing. So I went into American Truck Simulator because it was on top of my Steam list, and I got my normal frames per second. So it's not my computer, which I knew it wasn't. I never worry about what the frames actually are. Never. It's a bit of FUD anyway. It's a placebo. Oh, whoopee, I can do 144 frames per second. Yeah, look, in this screen. I go in game. And keep an eye on the top right hand corner. And the FPS goes to what I would call normal. Right, we're back on the splash screen again, which, you know, for my machine is normal. I'm just going to go drive. I've no idea where I am. I've been playing the other one. Right. Now, I got 40 up in the top right-ish, which is normal for this game. I'm used to that. And I've got everything as maxed out as I can get it, because I've got a machine that can do it. So I never worry about it, but what I do worry about it when I can't play because the frames have dropped to 0, and I'm sat there for, like, you know, the split second that happens. I've got an SSD drive. The games are loaded on the SSD drive, which helps eliminate other aspects of the game. So I'm rather peeved that Euro Truck Simulator is the one with the update, not Farming Simulator, and I wanted to play some Farming Simulator today. So it don't look like I'm going to be playing that. So I'll change the title. If you have a look at the previous stream, you'll see the frustration that I've had. It's yeah. Well, I shall go and play this for half an hour or so to kind of like cheer myself up a bit. And, I have no idea what it is. I had a quick look over my machine. It's not doing anything stupid. It's not phoning home. Antivirus isn't running. It shouldn't anyway. It should turn itself off if it's doing a scan and wait till I finished whatever I'm doing. So don't you just love computers? Oh, I don't. Not at all. So I'm going to try and cheer myself up and do a job. That'll be a bit too far. Yeah, I'll go and take that one. Not worth much, but what the heck. I have. I've I said I've tried for over an hour to try and check to maybe something was causing it. As far as I know, there's been no sneaky update to Farming Simulator. They usually, well, they should tell you. Don't they tell you? I don't know. I'll have a look later. I'm not going to worry about it. I like the game, but I like this one better. With Farming Simulator, I can entertain Twitch people. I'm starting to become a Twitcher as opposed to just twitching while I'm playing a game. Oh yeah, I forgot you're from Sweden. I forget lots of things. Right up your parts. I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to even attempt to abuse the nice ones that we know. Everybody you hear. Stockholm, Oslo. That's about the only names I can pronounce without abusing the town name. So I'm not going to try. You see? This is another thing I love about the Twitch thing. I've met people like you who can feed me information that I didn't know. You can teach an old dog new tricks, and you can teach this old dog quite nicely. I'm willing to learn. I don't remember. I keep saying that to lots of people. I try and keep the brain active, but I'm going to go into France. See if I can't continue doing some of these things down here. Well, I'm not going to be on for long. Not after I'm trying to start the truck in Farming Simulator. It was raining when I got here last. Oh, that's the other thing about playing games that have got different controls. If you keep your beady eye on the frames up there in the top right, I know it's not easy to do, but you see they won't cause the game to stop, like jerking along. It won't drop to zero. They might drop, but it won't drop to zero. Look, going a bit fast to go in here. It's one of the few games that I get quite chuffed, you know, 144 FPS. I don't tend to brag about it, but because usually that's what you see. And I see other gamers with lesser machines with better FPS, and you sometimes wonder what all the bloody FUD is about. And you think, oh yeah, okay, right. My i5 the 2500, right, the minimum i5 you could get at the time I did get it, and a 680 NVIDIA GT, you know, whatever they 680 does better FPS than this all singing, all dancing I can do VR computer. If my brother ever gives it me back, I'll be using it as a streaming computer. Right, let's check the map. Where are we going now? Is this going to move when I do that? No, okay. Oh right, yes. I must remember to drive on the correct side of the road. We're in that funny place, UK. Oh wait, that's where I live. We don't seem to get silly things on Euro Truck Simulator map. Seems to be rather direct. So when I leave here I must drive on the right side of the road. Or the left, whichever the case may be. Because I think for a minute ago I was on the wrong side of the road. That was, wasn't I? I'll have a go sometime this evening and see if anybody else has been having problems. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. I've got other things to worry about. Like, should I go back to the doctors and see about my bladder issue? Or whether or not I should just ignore it. What the heck are you... I hate roundabouts. Are you going to get through? Nobody hits us. Oh, nobody hit us. What are you doing this afternoon? You've finished work or whatever? You're a bit ahead of us, aren't you? I think. I got me track IR offset too much. That's a bit better. Oh. And I see that 30-mile-an-hour sign. I always look at my speedo. I think 40 kph is too fast. But it's not. However, 50 kph is. Right, off we go then. I wonder what the update is to ETS then. I'll have to go and find out. To remember where the forum is. Oh, we're going down the tunnel. I must change these glasses. Which will mean going to the opticians. Of course. Tried reversing in here once. And now driving. Now that way. It usually gives it to you. 24. Look, 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 I marked it, 24. It's that one. Loud noise. Well, loud noise for me. Exceedingly loud. Wow. Doopy doopy doop doop doop. Now I'm on the wrong side of the road. No, you're not in America, you're not in a kick up. America. Now you made me start in the wrong gear, you green car, yeah. I thought those line ends were telling me to move over. Flashing lights. What you doing there, boys? Stop it. Told. Nearly went through there without it opening, which would have meant I wouldn't have got through there. I wouldn't have gotten through there. Get the grammar right. I get the grammar police on me. Fuel. Okay. 2 easy gauges. I checked the map and it is taking me off to go through that petrol station for some weird reason. No, not. Oh, France, 90. $91. 88. Damned if I can see it. That'll do. Yep, I do keep to the speed limit. Most of the time I'm under the speed limit because I think it's too fast for the road, if you know what I mean. I've got the trailer, what's it called? It's more realistic. I can lose it out from behind me, sort of thing, you know. I've turned it down a bit so that, especially in the wet, and I've had a couple of great crashes where I haven't actually been going too bad. I'm not watching the road now. And I lost the trailer out of me. Especially going down here, something like this. If you ever look in the wing mirror and you see your trailer starting to wobble a bit, you're going too fast. And it's especially so when you get down right to there. And the worst things are the little, the shorter wheelbase trailers. But I like driving. I like this. I love this game, and I try and play it, you know, as though I'm really driving a truck, sort of thing. And how I don't really swear at the AI, I don't know. I've been a really good boy at not swearing at the AI. Well, in Britain you can do 97 kph, and I very, very rarely do. I don't do the sleep thing, so you get plenty of time because I don't do the sleep thing. It's not realistic. The sleep laws are totally different from what they've implemented in the game, so I don't bother with them. If you want to be more realistic with the sleep laws, is do a bit of role playing. Keep an eye on the time you started on your journey and go and have a rest. And it's not sleep, it's a rest. You have to have so much sleep within 24 hours, but the game isn't realistic in that respect. Physics, that's what the word I was looking for. Physics. The physics of the game is pretty good if you start to lower down the sliders. And it's nice to see that they've got those sort of sliders, like the brake ones. Once you get a nice you will brake sharply when you don't have a trailer on, and then you're going oh shit when you put your foot on the brakes because you're going a bit too fast and too close to the guy in front and it doesn't want to stop. That's realistic. I like to try and get it in that slider, if you like. So while I'm trying to keep the speed limit, on the lower speeds, it's especially American Truck Simulator, when they got a lot of towns with 25 miles an hour. That's hard. Bubba, I just realised I'm going off here as well. So that was lucky. It's good. The AI will always stick to the speed limit. It used to be really severe. You come off a motorway like that, and they'd have you do 80 kph. You stay there, do 80 kph, and it'll be down to 40 on something like this. And as soon as they hit the 40 mile an hour speed limit, they'd be doing 40. At least SCS fixed that a little bit in the fact that they slow down now. But they slow down quicker than you would normally do. You and I would just take our foot off the throttle and slow down. We wouldn't brake. Not unless we had to. Oh, I'm going to go to Paris one day in this game. I'm trying to see what the changes are. On a road like this, what I would call a good A road, I'll drive at the speed of what I'm driving and the road I feel comfortable with, which probably be around 70-ish, 70 kph. If it becomes straighter, then I'll get up to 80. But in France, they seem to have a national speed limit for trucks for 90 kph. Which is good for the truckers. I like tankers. I'm not sure whether SCS went that extra mile with the likes of a tanker, in that it will move. Real tankers, they got bafflers inside to help stop the liquid moving. You can feel the back end of your truck going a little bit sometimes. You're not too careful. Another reason why to drive a 6x4. Had to think then. But I like a lot of aspects of the game. They really have put some thought into it. The cab dips a little bit, not as much as a modern cab would when you put your foot on the brake, and it leans back a bit when you start to accelerate. Real trucks are actually quite tippy and sloppy, but then you have a seat that compensates. Sprung-loaded seats you sit on. You can actually set the dial to your weight and the seats, as opposed to trying to find it. A lot of the newer seats now, you just set the dial. It's It's rather annoying when you start setting it down and you go, I'm not that heavy. How many kilos? You're joking. I'll take anything if it's going my way, but yeah, tankers are nice. I've heard talk about SCS putting in some even nicer trailers, some slightly oversized, heavier ones. I don't know whether that's just rumour or hearsay, or are they actually going to do it? I don't know what gear to pick then. A bit too fast for my liking. Yeah, it can tell you how heavy you are. It's surprising how much bounce is in a seat on some of the roads you go down, and how, because don't forget, if your seat goes up, your feet are likely to come off the pedals. So you don't want it too bouncy. You don't want it too light. By the same token, you don't want it too stiff that you feel everything in the road. And some roads can be really yuck. Motorway driving, about the only thing you feel is the undulations on some of the roads. And you don't get much of that on a motorway because they're not supposed to be up and down like a flipping yo-yo. When this game started, we didn't have, we couldn't move the seats, we couldn't move our head, we couldn't move the mirrors, and that all changed with the advent of the F4 key. With the mirror adjustments and the seat adjustments, that was all new. I don't know how old you are to the game, but it was rather nice. I mean, those of us with Track IR, we used to alter it with the Track IR. I do like what they've done with France, though. It's really nice. No idea how authentic it is, but it's certainly different. Get a lot of woodlands. What time is it? Yeah. 1916. I don't know if I dare do this. My Mercedes, get in the lane. It's actually easier to straddle the white line than it is to drive between them. in that view anyway. There's only that was a bugbear with a lot of people when we found out that we had to go to one of those green signs and not actually drive up onto a ferry. I think there is two when Scandinavia DLC come out up where you are, and that we actually do get to drive onto a ferry. But of course they haven't changed it anywhere else. I don't know how hard it is to do changes, but all the other ferries, no. You drive up to a ferry marking and press the button. It's surprising that you actually get to drive onto the carriage on the channel where we come across. That was surprising that they actually, mind you, it's just going up to a marker again. You don't actually get to drive through the tunnel in the train. It's a bit cutting corners initially, I think, personally. But when we did get to actually drive onto a ferry, of how it's just an extension to a road built like a ferry, which was, you know, really exciting when we got to do it. Oh, we get to go on the ferry, and when you get to the other end you get to drive off it as well. So yep. Yes, where was it? Can't remember where else it is, but in France you got toll roads. They're all over the place, hundreds of them. But initially, the bit of France that we had to stop, press the button to the enter button to pay your thing and go through. They didn't have any fast pass tag booth where you can actually drive through, and a thing on your dashboard, infrared thing or whatever, you know, you automatically paid, your company automatically paid for you. But now with the France DLC, they've also fixed and updated the whole of France. So the bit that we did have, the top little bit, is also new now. So yeah, it's a lot nicer driving through a bloody toll booth than having to stop, because it, you know, if you've got the tag system, you don't have to stop. You can drive through. And if you haven't got a tag and you drive through, you'll get nicked. And they don't have anything on the toll booth for wide loads, and in real life you do. So the likes of Squirrel, when he was doing the Boa Tree, and other people that were doing the ridiculously long and wide loads, would come up to a toll booth and couldn't get through. He basically had to use the console and fly. Pick the truck up, put it over the other side, plonk it back down and carry on. I forgot I've got cruise control set, and I'm just driving down here at my normal sort of how we would. Hello, Lissa. Well, everybody seems to have an orange name. Yours is a slightly different colour orange from Andy. You missed the fun earlier I had? I'm rather irate about not about. I'm really annoyed with Farming Simulator at the moment. Yeah, you'll be different on your from what Twitch shows me. Yeah, you know my definition of fun. It's being picked on by my computer for no reason. None that I can find out anyway. I can't play Farming Simulator at the moment because the frame rate makes it impossible. Just doesn't want to, and there's nothing wrong here, which is why I started at 2 o'clock and I messed about till 20 to 4 trying to find out what might have been causing it. I was even toying with the idea of buying the game off Steam and installing it via Steam because it will go to a different directory. Only to find out that it's still 30 quid. I thought, no, I'm not wasting money on that for that. Same on any map. I've still got the previous stream. You should be able to watch my antics. I think you got not the one just gone, because that was OBS wouldn't start. Oh, you'll find it. It's one titled something like I don't know what map to play, and at the time I didn't. And anyway, the game decided for me, you're not playing any map today. So there, no. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. And I've got 6 pipes I can choose from. That's it. I'm still driving how we would normally as opposed to using. Yeah, it was the same on any map that I had. I initially thought, because that's the one I fired up, that it was Stevie's new map, where he warns people that you really do need another computer. Because I found the 1.002 update and installed it. However, I did play it, got all the gold nuggets. Can't remember what day it was. Got all the gold nuggets, did some play, and I had no bother with frame rates whatsoever with it. Today, same map, left it as is. Frame rate was bottoming out and red and all sorts, and as far as I know there was no game update to cause it, so I thought, oh right, it's Stevie's map, I'll go and play another one. I'll go and play Coldborough. It'd been updated. Now it could be the possibility that Stevie's map was bleeding over into the other maps, because he does say to put it in a different mod folder. So I deleted it. Nah. I moved it out the mod folder. I didn't actually I moved the zip file out of the mod folder, then I deleted his map in the game. I think I did it that way round. Nah, didn't make a difference. So none of the maps that I've got and have played with no bother whatsoever will allow me to go more than 3 or 4 seconds without a frame rate drop into the red. Like one, I logged into one and I couldn't even move the bloody mouse. The frame rate wouldn't allow me. Waiting for it to catch up. So, I'm not playing Farming Simulator today. I'll try that later. I was just getting, you know what I'm like by now. If something starts to upset me, best to move away. So, I did the basic things. I restarted the computer with a cold reboot. In other words, I shut it down, turned it off, went and made a cup of coffee, come back, turned it on. If that didn't cure it, then it's something a bit more in depth. I shall do that. I shall have a look at vanilla. I'll move everything out so I can save it. Now the other thing I've got at the moment, you're gonna have to excuse me. It's got a wee bladder problem. One sec, folks. I unfortunately need to go. Toodaloo. Sincere apologies. Old bloke syndrome. Going to have to start looking for nappies, I think. In a size 44. You know more about computers than you let on sometimes, don't you? Yes, I know they are. Shut up. I think I've got a bit of an infection because it hurts. It's like hell. Oh. If it wasn't so hard to get an appointment with the doctor and ask simple questions. Right. You can't. Yes, I know you're a user, and lots of computer users do learn the tricks of the trade, so to speak. If you have a problem, number one, you reboot the computer. You don't reboot, shut up. You do what is termed a cold reboot. In other words, you shut it down, turn it off, preferably at the mains, and go make a cup of coffee. That's rule number one. How to fix a computer 101, rule number one. 9 times out of 10, my sister comes back on the phone and says, that worked. Because she still phones me up. What are you doing? Can you come and have a look? No. It's a bloody laptop. I run questions past anybody, whether or not they're bona fide system support and analysts, technical engineers, or whatever, because I've learned in my years on this planet that A, nobody will ever know everything, and B, you're never too old of a dog to learn new tricks. And it's surprising, maybe to some people, but I'm not surprised anymore, at how many supposed laymen have the answer to your question. And you think, why didn't I think of that? And just for any other male people watching, women are more right than we think they're wrong. My lovely lady was only wrong once, and she told me that, and I went out in the street and shouted my bloody head off at the top of my voice, and I can be very loud. She's wrong! I got thumped about black and blue when I went back in the door. She hit me. But I think that's about the only time she was ever wrong on anything. I find myself doing that as well. I know it's wrong. Basically, I'm happy enough that there is something wrong with Farming Simulator and not my computer. It's not the best piece of software for 2017, is it? It is. I was really quite surprised at how archaic, no, wrong choice of the word there, but backward. And yet I was also surprised, same token, that it's using DirectX 11. That really threw me off. €16 paid. Thank you, thank you. Just realised that's a roundabout. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people I've met, one of them is my young brother. It's surprising how intelligent the guy is, and he's got no common sense whatsoever. My little brother Alan worked for IBM as a procurement officer. He went and bought things for IBM. He flew all over the world. He had an IBM credit card and was quite high up in the company. But he was as thick as two sharp planks, if you know what I mean. He really was. It must be something, you know. I got a really diverse family, I have. My sister can walk under lampposts and they'll turn off. She can't wear a watch because it'll stop. She's renowned for walking past electronic equipment and they just stop. We got so used to things breaking like that, and just we'd keep Anne in one room and the new gear in another room, and wouldn't let her the two paths to cross, you know. Don't touch that, you'll break it. I love it a bit. We're back on for tomorrow going out, so there's not going to be a stream tomorrow, I don't think. We're going to go shopping for a couple of things that we're both after. And I'm going to have lunch at the same time. Oh, while we're down that end of town. So tomorrow there won't be any streaming. Maybe. But not at the normal time. Depends on how I feel. You know, I do it just to talk to people. Or pretend I'm talking to people when I'm talking to myself. Where is this turning? Next one. This one. Oh look, got a really hard parking place. Shall I just press the enter key? Now we'll give it a go. Who put that lamppost there? I'll take that. I don't care. I'm not proud. There we go. Did the alarm go off? I'm nearly at 23. This eye won't stop watering. Fuel consumed. Must remember to check that out. Oh dear. Excuse me. What was the update today then? There's been another update. Where how do we find out? Euro Truck Simulator website. Oh, it opens in game? I never knew that. Oh, it's Steam, isn't it? So it's not going to tell us there was an update. Go away with what? How do I get rid of that crap now? Steam? Hmm. How do I find out? I have to go. Definitely update anyway. I can't even see what number I'm. Where'd you see your number? There. Right. I don't know if that's what it was, but it was definitely an update and he told me so. Anyway. I got 41% map. 8 trucks. No, I don't want to quit game. I'm going to carry on playing. But I'm going to... I'm going to stop streaming. Come on, wake up. Alright. Where's the red thing? There isn't one. There is, there. Garage. I keep pressing the farming simulator button to start the engine. And in actual fact it is the same button. Shut up, I can hear you smiling. How do we get out of here? Someone's hidden the entrance and the exit. No, nowhere. Don't remember where the garage is now. To the left, I think. We're going to need fuel, so left. Right. Oh. He scared the bloody pants out of me, that truck. Goddamn red tape Jobsworth. Who's him when he's at home? Your other half or boss guy? Red tape jobs. I got 104,000 euros. All right. I'm getting to know your habit. Him. You can give him a name. Doesn't have to be his real name. I wouldn't know if it was or not anyway. Just don't call him Malcolm, for crying out loud. That's the name of my chair. Beep. We got some money to pay back, haven't we? Is it this one or? Stop winking. Service. Ugh. Peanuts. I don't need the upgrade shop. Need the bank. Right. Payback. I haven't got 100k now. One more loan to go. Well, they better not bloody ask me. I'll be going something like, yeah, I'll be sarcastic, that's the problem. I mean, the government website took a quick way of contacting gov.uk is now with this new thing they set up. The quick way. It takes, well, it took them 4 days to send me a password and authentication bloody code. They send it in the post. Because anybody can read emails, can't they? In two different letters. That's hilarious. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. I don't know whether they're going backwards or forwards. I hate dealing with government bureaucracy. I don't know, but I was surprised when my landlord put the rent up back last year, how easy it was to actually, I was dreading it. He's only put the rent up twice since I've been here. I've been here 12 years. And the last time I remember, they give you a 40-page booklet, you know, that you have to fill in. They don't ask for your penis size, but I'm sure somebody will think about that one day, and they'll put it in there, and they'll want to know, you know, placid and erect, because that's the sort of information they want out of you, isn't it? But the last time I took his letter into the council, and I give it to the lady on the reception. She goes, "Alright, won't be a minute." She got up, put it in this, it's not a photocopying machine as opposed to one of those machines that looks like a photocopier but actually reads your letter and puts it on their computer. And she gave it back to me and said, "Thank you, that's all." I was dumbfounded. I was absolutely dumbfounded. And I walked out, and of course it took like 6 weeks before. Yeah, it's some sort of document scanner. So, yeah, I've heard of them. I've seen them. I never knew the council were actually brainy enough to actually install that sort of thing, you know. But there you go. Our council has one. My local town has one. So that really did it. Like I said, it took 6 to 8 weeks for me to see the difference, if you know what I mean. And they don't give you 100% rent allowance. I get 80, so that's better than some. I think it's better than most people. Oh, I have to find a wee bit. uh, but I don't pay poll tax yet. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for them to realise that. I don't pay tax yet. I don't know what's going wrong there. My sister pays tax on her pension, but I think she's not only got state pension, but she's got a little one of her own. So she must be over the threshold, whatever that is. I don't know. But you love them, don't you? Anyway, I'll take that off. That's enough chit chat, I think, for today. You have one on your desk. Well, they're good for your work. I think they're actually an excellent idea. I just can't find a use for one. I had one of the really early ones, the one where you could you put receipts in and things like that. I found it very useful for that sort of thing because I don't keep receipts, which is a bit silly when you get something that, oh shit, it broke down and I haven't got the receipt. It's a bit of paper. These days they're in that drawer. No matter what they're for, they're in that drawer. And I only have to get them out when you need them. But I had one that scanned it onto your computer. That's okay until you change computer or hard drive or whatever. Anyway, Joe Blogs doesn't really need them. I'm pressing the wrong buttons now. Yep. I thank you for the conversation, people. Alyssa and Andy especially. I may see you sometime tomorrow, but don't hold your breath, because I'm going out with my sister and we're going shopping for a thing that goes on under your mattress. It's either under the mattress or on the mattress, one of the two. And then we're going to have something to eat. So, if I don't see you before, I'll see you later. And it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. Ta-ta for now. Close. Yes.